This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There he is, ready to rock and roll. How you doing, my friend?
I'm actually not ready to rock and roll. I'm about to tell the people that I'm joining your show right now.
Okay, so you know why? So that means you're ready to rock and roll, right? I mean,
You gotta give people the opportunity to click the link, baby.
well, I
How are
mean,
you, Big O?
they know, they know right now we're talking with Omar, and they know how to tune in on Tuesdays.
Not the. I mean, that's the usual crew. You gotta continue to build that audience.
Always.
Always. What was this debate you were having about the Beatles?
Oh no! Somebody asked me. I don't know if you're the right person to have this conversation.
I'm the wrong person to have this conversation with, but I do want to know the question.
Well, the question was who's the most influential rock band, the Beatles or Led Zeppelin? Again, I don't know if I want to have that conversation with you.
I couldn't name one Led Zeppelin song, and Beatles is cool,
Like I said, the Beatles are the most influential rock band ever. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You answered my question in a way because I said they reach more people in general, the Beatles.
What's a Led Zeppelin song?
Exactly. There you go.
I'm
wait a minute. Don't you know Stairway to Heaven?
Maybe.
Really? Yeah, he's got to hear. He got it. He has to know Stairway to Heaven. You've heard Stairway to Heaven, bro. You've heard Dust in the Wind from Kansas?
I don't know. Maybe. Like, I'm not a rock dude. So
no, I know that's why.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe. Like, do they play at the stadiums?
Well, they used to sell out stadiums, but yes.
No. I'm saying, do they play the songs at stadiums?
Yeah. Oh no, not Stairway to Heaven. What would they play in stadium? Led Zeppelin? I don't know if they're still playing Led Zeppelin in stadiums. No, I don't even think at football games they'll play AC/DC, not Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Like, anyway,
they'll play the Beatles. This is why, some guy, and listen, with all due respect, some guy, sent in, he says, what was it that he said to me? He says, here it is. I think the younger generation of rock bands from the early 2000s, 220s would say bigger influences are Zeppelin, Queen, and Aerosmith. And I would say, Anthony, you're wrong because, the Beatles are a band that reaches everyone one way or another. I Want to Hold Your Hand, Hey Jude, whatever it was yesterday. Those songs somehow or another will reach everyone. Even a person like Omar Kelly will know several Beatles songs.
Absolutely.
Because it's just
Yellow Brick Road. I know albums.
That's Elton John.
Really?
I think you're thinking about Yellow Submarine is the one you're thinking.
No. What's the one where they're walking across the street?
You're talking about Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Probably, maybe.
Okay. Maybe that's probably where you're. Oh, you're talking about Abbey Road when they're
Abbey Road. There you go.
Okay.
Abbey Road.
Think about this. Omar's talking about Abbey Road, and he can't say anything about Led Zeppelin. That's all you need to know.
I can't name you one. Is Led Zeppelin a band or a person? Can't name you one person.
It's a band.
See, can't name you one person in the band. Who's in Led Zeppelin?
Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones. What's it called? Bonzo. What's it called? Bonham. John Bonham. Now, and the Beatles.
I can name you all the Beatles. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta hear this. Give me all four Beatles.
Paul McCartney, Bono. No, okay, no.
That's you too, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Paul McCartney, let's go.
Paul McCartney, the one with Yoko Ono,
he was killed.
You give me brain
in New York City.
Huh? John, I said Paul McCartney.
Yeah, you got John. John, keep going. John. You know, when you buy a bad car, what's it called?
John Lennon. John Lennon.
There you go. There you go. I like it. Okay, you got two now.
What's the drummer one? I watched documentaries on them, and I'm like, I'm very disappointed in myself.
The drummer, he has a name that you would give your dog. Bobo.
No, that's Bono. No.
Think, I don't know, circus. I don't know.
Clown. No.
It's with an R.
Ringo.
There. Whoa, my
Ringo
God.
Starr. Yeah.
There's no way you get the fourth one. No. There's no way you get the fourth one. Okay. I will stop doing radio for the rest of my life.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's George Harrison. You're not going to get it.
Okay.
You're not going to get that one. But let me tell you something. That you proved my point on it. By the way, Sean, can we put on the air? God, it is hot, bro. Anyway, so yes.
I'm disappointed because I've watched.
Me, how old is Omar? What are you, in your early 40s or late 30s?
I'm at 45.
45. Okay, there you go. So
and in junior high, I went through a period where I listened to nothing but 70s music. Why, I don't know.
Well, that was smart. 70s music is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just
Eagles, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Commodores.
But it was like mostly 70s rock. And I don't know why I went through that period. Maybe I don't even think it has. Most of my periods have to do with a girl. So periods in like music and life and changes, but that one didn't. It was just a little weird. I was reading Judy Blume books, not the children's versions, the X-rated versions. People don't know she wrote X-rated stuff too, and listening to 70s rock in 8th grade.
All right, but nothing wrong with that. 70s rock is just absolutely amazing. It's good stuff. Let's see. My guitar gently weeps over Omar, is what Kevin Bear is saying. Ringo Starr and George Harrison. Come on, Omar. I didn't Google it.
I didn't Google it either.
He didn't Google it either. No, Lenny, he did a great job. Okay. If you know Omar, he's not a rocker.
I'm disappointed in myself because I've literally watched so many documentaries. There's like a good one on Showtime or HBO about them recording their final album. That was so amazing. And I was so consumed by it, and now I can't even name them and put Bono in there. Like I don't even know where that came from.
Well, nothing wrong with a little U2. It's
what group was Bono in?
It is still in. It's U2. It's Bono, Edge. They're there in U2. Little Larry Mullen Jr. Yeah, I'm sure you.
And to Big O, what is the greatest hip hop group of all time?
Okay, so how do we define greatest of all time? Do we define it on the influence? Or do we define it on the success?
I think we have to marry influence and success.
Well, then I got to go Run DMC then.
That's a good one. I'm
not going to tell you Sugar Hill Gang.
No.
Those are influential.
It's funny that you say that because I've been asked that question many times and they've never been my answer, but that is a very good answer. Literally, they are the first album that I ever owned. However, I would make the argument that Outkast has been far more influential because they opened up a whole different region and a whole different sound of hip hop.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys started hip hop. Like they made.
Yeah, they didn't, but they made it more mainstream. And
right, that's what I'm saying. They crossed over with Aerosmith. They revived Aerosmith's career. If it's not for Run DMC, Aerosmith might have died because they were on life support, my brother. Like seriously, life freaking support. If it wasn't for Run DMC, they may never have gotten to the next level of success. They actually had more success after Run DMC than they did in their early part of their career because Pump and all those albums were just absolutely monstrous. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I give her Run DMC is because of the success and the influence. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where I have to give them a little bit and longevity too. You know, if they don't kill Jam Master Jay, maybe we still have Run DMC doing things.
No, DMC is basically quit because they're still, I mean, they were still doing things maybe 10, 15 years ago. DMC basically.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is after they killed Jam Master, there was no new music out.
Oh, they still did work. They still did work. They still did work. They still
I know they do work, but you know, you kind of lost it after that. You know what I'm saying? Just they weren't the same. But I mean, when I think about it, you know, LL Cool J has to be influential. Snoop Dogg has to be.
Yeah, but they're not a group though.
No, they're not groups. They're not.
And I'll put Wu-Tang up there as well because
there's like 800 of those guys there.
12, but yes, it's very fair. And
they have kind of like changed a lot over the years. That's the thing about Wu-Tang. And by the way, I give them credit that they, even with the changes, they kept having success, which is not really normal. Right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean,
when you turn over enough people, you usually lose it.
I mean, they never turn over anybody. It's always,
or it's just the same group, but they kind of filter in and out, is what you're saying?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, Wu-Tang could be in there. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I would put in that mix. That would bands. See, that's the thing. Bands.
Groups.
Yeah, or groups, whatever.
Yeah.
God, who else would I put in there? Let me see what MC Hammer. No. NWA. I like. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Very influential. Okay. Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys. That's also phenomenal right there. That's a great one, especially for white people in rap. Wow, white people can rap too. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I think he kind of opened up.
That's the first CD I ever owned.
Beastie Boys. I mean,
License to Ill.
And remember, they went and they mixed it up too with their rap. So they were very influential in their own way.
Absolutely,
Remember, these guys were actually musicians too. So they would actually play bass and guitar and stuff like that. Even on stage, they would do that at times if they wanted to. So
I have no disrespect for Beastie Boys. Not at all. They were the first CD I ever owned.
Tribe Called Quest is actually very good too.
That's a good submission. That's a good break.
I don't know if their catalog's enough to be considered, you know.
It's up there. They got a good 4 strong albums.
Right.
I think they have more strong albums than Wu-Tang does collectively.
And Public Enemy's another good one too. Problem with some of those, with Public Enemy, at least we have a longevity thing with it too. You know what I mean? He's my favorite voice of all time, by the way. That's my favorite voice. Chuck D. That will always be my favorite rap voice of all time. What's your favorite rap voice? I've got him, and then I've got oh damn it, they killed him, bro. What's his name? Not Tupac. Biggie. I love Biggie's voice.
I would actually go. My favorite rap voice is probably Shine, which people. It's just a very authentic voice. But anyway,
okay.
If we're just doing voices.
Right, right. Voice, yeah. Chuck D for me is the god. He is my favorite rap voice of all time, man. The power, the authority that comes out of that voice is just absolutely freaking awesome.
Here's a confession.
Yes.
Never been a big Public Enemy guy. Like,
really?
Respect them. It just wasn't my time period, and just never aligned with where I was then at that time. I'm more of a
but the music's so good, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
and the lyrics are amazing. I mean, the lyrics
are I would more NWA than Public Enemy. It just wasn't where I was at that. Like, you're asking me where I was in 4th grade. I wasn't aligned with Public Enemy in 4th grade.
Right. But, no, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. And then when I got to the music, it was, outdated, not relevant, didn't really hit. in terms of like where music was. So it's like, just never did it for me.
Well, still some of the political awareness from it. Still,
No,
today.
I respect it all. I respect it all. It just never did it for me. Never
That's
liked,
interesting.
never got Flavor Flav, never understood it.
He's a character. Yeah.
And I respect it. I appreciate it. I value it. It just was never for me. And this is a confession that is not very popular.
Yeah, no, I mean Terminator X and the boys, I love, man. Yeah, one guy says Ice Cube has the best voice. He does have a great voice. That is a good one right there.
Yeah,
got to give it to you there because he is awesome. And then obviously somebody brought in Eminem, which
come on, that's ridiculous.
One of not voice, but definitely lyricist. One of the best.
Yeah, but voice, come on.
And flow, and his flow is also just.
Yeah, we're not talking about flow or.
No, yeah, I know, but yeah, right, exactly.
Lyricist, we're talking
that's what I would give Eminem the love is the lyricist and the flow and all that. He's just absolutely amazing. All right, getting ready for Dolphins camp. I was talking about this earlier today. It's been a great off season. You know why, Omar? No injuries and nobody arrested. That's a really successful offseason before you get to training camp. I know we have 2 more weeks left until the veteran. Well, the youngins report on the 19th, but the 27th, I believe, is for the veterans. So we still got about 2 weeks left, but that's what I call a successful offseason. No major injuries that alter your season and no arrest right now. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, no, yeah. There are injuries that they had in camp that.
No, but that's nothing. Teron Armstead, Mostert, and all that. I mean, those guys are set to be ready for camp, right? They're on target to be. Well, I don't know. Will Mostert be ready for camp? Armstead will be, but not Mostert, right?
I don't pay attention to the lies that they tell because when you heard Mostert when he signed, he's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'll be ready for OTAs and whatnot. I'll participate in OTAs." And I'm like, and then he doesn't participate in OTAs. You never. I would start all of them on PUP and move from there. The one that troubles.
Well, no, Armstead looked like when he was in those drills. He looked like
he didn't do drills. He didn't do drills.
No, but those things that he was doing, that it looked like he's not really like. It was more precautionary holding him out.
Yes, he'll be ready. He'll be ready for camp. And from what I understand about Mike McDaniel and the tree that he comes from, they're not into pushing veterans, especially injured veterans, and they don't care about veterans participating in the OTAs. They keep veterans on a pitch count and really limit their practice participation. So Mike McDaniel's from an organization and a team that takes care of his veterans. So that's good. That's healthy. Wow.
By the way, Horn Dog wants to ask you what makes Outkast the greatest duo if they change their music content every album and it was still great music.
What makes them? I think they're a great duo because they are a yin and a yang. They were 2 polar opposites that together made magic. I think, yes, they changed their albums and grew and evolved. And as they grew and evolved, we listened to them grow and evolve, even up until that final album where they made 2 separate albums and really didn't intertwine with one another. I think that the lyricism is, people always give Dre credit and praise for his lyrical ability, but I give Big Boy the same amount of credit and praise, and Big Boy put it where you could reach it. Their beat selection was pioneering. Their video was groundbreaking. Videos were groundbreaking. And to this day, they're probably still, if Outkast said right now, we're going to do a Vegas residency for 30 days, I'm sure all 30 days would be completely sold out. If they did a arena tour, I'm sure all arenas, they're probably the biggest equivalent to a rock star group that we have in this culture, just because they're Outkast. Imagine if Outkast did like a American tour of stadiums.
I'd like to see them.
No, it's on my bucket list.
I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would fill stadiums. I'm not sure about that one. Arenas.
I think they did when they you might be right.
Stadiums is tough though.
You might be right.
There are very few acts in the world.
And you're a concert guy, so name the rap groups that can do stadiums.
I don't know if there's a rap group.
Jay-Z does stadiums.
Jay-Z, Eminem.
Yeah, I don't think Eminem can do a stadium anymore.
Really? You don't think so? He's
I
not
think
there
Eminem
anymore?
has fallen off so bad.
Well, he has fallen off because obviously he doesn't do music like he used to.
Oh, he does music. Nobody.
Well, but I mean, it's I've got his last two.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
they're not where it used to be.
I don't comment on Eminem because people always get in their feelings about my thoughts on Eminem, which is that he couldn't make a hit right now if his life depended on it. If you put him,
his time ran, bro. That's it. It just is what it is.
Well, so why is Jay-Z's time not ran?
Some people have the magic, some don't. Madonna,
but they're both comparable lyricists.
Madonna can change with the decades and continue to have hits. You know what I mean? But then
Madonna can't make a hit.
Huh?
Madonna can't make a hit right now either.
Oh, but dude, she's 80 years old now at this point. Omar, please.
Not 80.
Okay, she's 68. Whatever, bro. I mean, give her a break already.
There's got to be a 68-year-old who wants
she had a hit just a couple of years ago, but she started in the 80s, dude.
I know.
Way before any of these rappers we're just talking about. She was doing hits way before them and hits after them, bro. She was doing hits she had 100 hits before Eminem hit the market, and she still had hits after Eminem has been off the market. Come on, dude. I mean, Madonna is a freak out of all freaks in many ways, by the way. You know, give her credit. She's just old at this point. I mean,
but 68-year-olds want to hear some music. They listen to music too.
But how many 68-year-olds are still making big time records? It's just you kind of run out of gas at one point. Paul McCartney's still touring and filling stadiums, but he's not having hit records anymore at this point. And he's in his 70s or 8. No, I think he hit 80 actually. By the way, Paul McCartney's filling stadiums. All right. He's 80 and he does 37 song sets.
Respected.
Respected. That's a god, bro. How the hell do you do that at 80 years old and you're still jamming 37 song sets? And that's because you have a catalog of 100 hits.
Jay-Z could do that too.
Exactly. I think Jay-Z's an arena guy, not
Jay-Z's a stadium guy. Jay-Z, you know what? His last tour was actually stadiums.
No, but he was.
No, I mean we're arenas.
Arenas, yeah, we're arenas. And
you're right. His last solo tour was arenas. He does stadiums when he links up with his wife and with Justin Timberlake.
She can fill stadiums.
Oh yeah, she's the greatest performer I've ever seen in my lifetime.
She and Taylor Swift can fill stadiums out of the pop side. And you know who can fill stadiums too now is Billie Eilish. She can fill stadiums if she feels like it. She's a monster. She's a super talent. She's got a hell of a voice. You like Billie Eilish?
Don't really know her that well. I know her songs, but I'm not familiar.
What a talent, man. 18 or 19 years old. She's gifted. Got to give her credit. But these people that are able to stay a long time in the business, that's sick stuff, man. When you're able to still make, music late into your career. That's why the Eminem thing is not out of the norm, that he's not making hits anymore. Very few of them can still last as time goes on. You know what I mean? Jay-Z's what his last hit was, the New York thing, right? With Rihanna.
444 something OJ.
Oh yes. Okay. It wasn't as big as that song, but yes, you're right. It was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I don't like Jay-Z's commercial big successes because those are just washed out. Those are just mainstream songs.
No, but that's a gift that you do it multiple ways, my man. That's awesome that you can do songs that the mainstream will like, and then you can do songs that your hardcore fans will like. You know what I mean? You satisfy everybody in the process. So you got to give him a lot of credit for being able to still do it on any plateau. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give Jay-Z a lot of love for that, man. He's and I actually like him more I respect him more as a business guy. him and Dre have been amazing away from just making music. All the other things that they've done,
Business decisions, yeah, absolutely, no question.
they have been monsters. They're smarter. Like Ice Cube too is the same thing with his acting and all the other things that he's done.
Acting, producing, his
those guys have been really smart.
leading.
Yeah. Snoop too. Snoop did the music, but then he branched out, and he is as mainstream in corporate America as anybody gets, and yet he's still Snoop, which is that's an interesting twist that you can still be yourself and be as mainstream as possible.
That's the most important thing that I've taken from Jay-Z probably this decade, is that there's a popular quote about him being who he is in every room that he walks into. I'm myself. I walk into every room as myself,
right?
Not pretending to be something that I'm not, and not putting on false pretenses. Like this, accept me for who I am, and I've taken on throughout my life that same approach. If you want to do business with me, you got to accept me for who I am and what I'm going to bring to the table. And I have idiosyncrasies and quirks.
Right.
That just comes with me.
I'm with you. All right. So what are you working on this week on a very slow week for the Dolphins in the South Florida Sunset?
Not a slow week for me.
What do you got?
Tyreek Hill consistently continues to make news with needs to be said, bro. They should put a bro on the end of that. I put out my list, of my top AFC teams. My top NFC teams are up there now, and we're writing training camp primers. Like, these are the 10 things that are the running themes of training camp that this team needs to have success. So we're beginning that process now.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly, and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Always appreciate it. We'll catch up later on in the week, my friend.
All right. Talk to you later, Bill.
You got it. There you go. The great Omar Kelly.